Hello, race fans. Welcome back to the NASCAR Vernors Cup Series. 24 races down, 12 races to go. It's a hot, late summer night here at Bristol, Tennessee. We come off of the night race at Michigan and heading into two more night races in a row after this one. Nice summer stretch here. Anyway, we're at Bristol. This is, I believe, the Cheez-It 500? It might be. Indeed, it is the Cheez-It 500 at Bristol. So without any further ado, we got to get to your starting lineup. It is an all Rush Fender Racing front row, as team owner Geddy Lee starts to the outside of defending series champion Harrison Ford. And Tom Hanks will start next to Casper the Friendly Ghost, who I want to say missed the race last weekend. And second in points, Crow, doing what he needs to. He's starting next to James Bond, who's rumored to be leaving at the end of the season, like retiring, leaving. Then Jeff Lynne will line up next to Bela Fleck. Stephen George and Rick Scott will round out the top 10. Ian Anderson won here last in spring. Then Al Roker, who won the spring race 2 years ago, started next to Peter Perfect and Al Capone. Tim Foster, the only part-time driver who attempted this week, made the field. He's going to start next to Woody Woodpecker. Then it will be Brian Wilson and Jerry Springer, with Iggy Koopa and John Cena rounding out the top 20. Billy Mays starts next to the 2018 winner of this race. I think it was 2018 that Denzel Washington won here. Then points leader Joe Biden starts next to Count Dracula. Kathy Bates will line up next to Carl Edwards, who I'm sure has won here many, many times. Then Tom Jones will be starting next to Burt Reynolds, who also missed last week. And the 2019 spring winner, Donald Fagen, who's locked in points now, will start next to Snoop Dogg. Richard Simmons and Bob Ross will start next to each other. Chick Corea's back here along with Alfred Hitchcock. So is Woody Harrelson and Marco Polo. Morgan Freeman, who's back here, dropped to 38th in points. He's starting next to Hut Strickland. And David Dayton and Walter White. Rounding out the field are a pair of Dodges that end in the number 2. Telly Savalas in the 92 and Brendan Gaughan in the 62. Speaking of 62, I want to say that is like the points lead, or maybe for 63. It's around there. Crow is catching Joe Biden in points. Anyway, we had it was a very interesting race here in spring. Rick Scott had that one crash, you remember, where he flipped. Engines fired. So we just take in the sights here. That's right. Mark Martin won this race last year in the 6 car. Meanwhile, Harrison Ford will lead him to the green. Allowed you to soak in the sounds of the series a little bit. But now we're all away. Harrison Ford in the lead. Casper the Friendly Ghost in the second. Geddy Lee, Crow's up here. As there's Tom Hanks, they nearly make contact. Harrison Ford is just gone. We check to the back of the pack as we see Joe Biden's working his way up. Oh, Tom Hanks is around. Oh, John Cena's involved. Carl Edwards is blowing up. His terrible season continues. Apparently something's gone wrong on the 62 as well. Apparently he's down a tire. So that is championship implications. What happened? Oh, Crow! Second in points. Heck of a timing for this all to happen. As you can see, John Cena nearly bumped into the 92 and bumped the 92 into the wall. And so, okay. Cena and Carl Edwards lose fenders. So already we're only like 5 laps into us, and it's suddenly turned into a nightmare race for Logan Cloud Motorsports of 125. That's 4% of the race done. Tom Hanks, John Cena already out. Crow will manage to get back onto the lead lap. Will stay on the lead lap, I should say. Lengthy repairs for several of these teams. Marco Polo is also out of the race. Richard Simmons has got some damage. Carl Edwards finally retires it. Now this time by, we will be going green, I believe. No, not yet. Here's the entire field pacing under the pace car. Out of this race, John Cena will finish last. Tom Hanks, Carl Edwards, and Marco Polo will be right there. And Brendan Gaughan is a lap down in 38th. We're going to go back green on lap 10. Harrison Ford, your leader. Geddy Lee now second. Jeff Lynn third. James Bond fourth. Rick Scott fifth. Then Al Roker, Bela Fleck, Stephen George, Al Capone, and Tib Foster. Casper the Ghost has fallen to 18th. No, it was Casper the Ghost. Yes, he's fallen down the order. Gone if he has pace. Hopefully he will, since it was just a tire issue. We'll be able to get his lap back. Then again, he did start 41st. Green flag is back out, and we are racing once again here at Bristol. Lee clears, not Lee, Ford cleared Gone in the 1. Gone came back in 2, but Ford will be easily cleared through 3 and 4. Now Geddy Lee trying to look to the inside of the 62 car. Oh, crash at the back. Hutch Strickland's dented up. Donald Fagan, Telly Savalas, Woody Harrelson all involved. These people pitting? Casper the Ghost is pitting. Woody Harrelson might have been pitting, but he got turned on David Dayton, sent up back in the Hut Strickland. Oh, Tom Jones, Walter White into this. Donald Fagan. Telly Savalas. That was a quickie caution that Brendan Gaughan needed, but he didn't get back on the lead lap like he needed. Now James Bond and Rick Scott will peel off the pit. Some differing strategy potentially. Woody Woodpecker. Interesting here, they have already came out. Ahead of people who stayed out. There is Hut Strickland waiting on pit road. He is multiple laps down. There's Joe Biden, your points leader. Casper the Friendly Ghost. It's tires. So Biden taking tires, interestingly enough. Maybe he figures since Crow is back here, he can gamble a bit with strategy. What? Not sure what Casper the Friendly Ghost did. Pulled out of his stall. He wanted to get back. Okay, he had to stop. Richard Simmons to repair damage. He will be the last car on the lead lap. Oh, he's trying to repair more damage. There he goes, back down. He's currently running 35th. So your order: Ford, Lee, Lynn, Roker, George, Fleck, Capone, Foster. Tib Foster's in 8th. Ian Anderson, Iggy Koopa, then Brian Wilson, Billy Mays, Peter Perfect, Kathy the Bates, and Burt Reynolds. More damage repaired on the 3. They keep trying to pull laps, you know, to avoid from going a lap down. He's going to peel it in here, but now the pace car is going to not be a factor because we're going to go green. Take-alongs. This time, Lee will be able to get away along with the 97. Al Roker fighting for third with Jeff Lynn, but they got some lapped cars in front of them. Now James Bond comes to pit road, assumingly to serve a penalty, maybe? Woody Woodpecker pits. Tires and fuel. Broker to third. Lynn back to fourth. Stephen George in the fifth. Oh, contact between Iggy Koopa and Tib Foster. Battle for the 9th spot on track. Ian Anderson trying to sweep the weekend here. Here comes Woody Woodpecker back out onto the racing surface. The 3 also came back in at some point. So did the 5 and the 19. Here comes the 3 again. Now it's right sides. As we go through the pack, we see a lot of interesting things. There's Crow and there's Joe Biden. They only have Telly Savalas separating them and the rest of the field. Caution out! Oh! Bob Ross and Peter Perfect are destroyed. What happened? He was coming out on the track. Oh, and he came up onto Peter Perfect and Kathy Bates. And then Chick Corea got turned in there somewhere. Oh, by the 17. Jerry Springer got whapped by the 9. The 11 also involved. Bob Ross takes this opportunity to exit the race. As now everybody hits pit road, or seemingly everyone. Except Joe Biden's going to stay out. And he's going to be the race leader. No, yes. Joe Biden is your race lead. Peter Perfect will go a lap down, so we'll... Crazy things. The 3 back in yet again. Al actually went 3 laps this time without pitting. Let me guess. He's just going to do this all race. At the moment, if a quickie yellow were to come out, we'd have some wave rounds. Woody Woodpecker, James Bond, Hut Strickland, and Tom Jones. Only one of which is only 1 lap down, apparently. No. Well, no, most of these are only one lap down. Only ones on the tail would be getting back on the lead lap, which would be James Bond, as there are 27 drivers on the lead lap. Now, the new running order. Joe Biden, Harrison Ford, Al Roker, Geddy Lee, Al Capone, Bela Fleck, Stephen George, Ian Anderson, Tim Foster, Iggy Koopa, then Burt Reynolds, Jeff Lynne, Billy Mays, Brian Wilson, Snoop Dogg, Rick Scott, Kathy Bates, Crow T-Robot, Denzel Washington, Walter White, Morgan Freeman, Alfred Hitchcock, Telly Savalas, Count Dracula, Chick Corea. Oh, Brendan Gaughan's got back on the lead lap through all this confusion. Being on the tail end of the lead lap. James Bond's restarting on the outside line. Pace car down pit road. Here to complete start lap 31 here in the Cheez-It 500. Biden looking for a way around Tom Jones and James Bond. Harrison Ford would like to get back to the lead. And that's just the 3 in yet again. And for the lead. Ooh, interesting line off the corner. And there he goes back in for service. Meanwhile, Harrison Ford going to make the pass around the outside, it looks like. Yes. Joe Biden trying to come back on the inside. Al Roker's up here trying to fight through lap traffic. As there's Richard Simmons coming back out onto the track, several laps down. Oh yeah, because he's the guy. Caution is out. John Jones will get his lap. Will get a lap back. James Bond will get his lap back. Oh, and there's Morgan Freeman. Oh, and he gets spun out by Brendan Gaughan. Oh, okay, that was maybe retaliation? No, this started way... It was Hut Strickland getting... Looks like what happened is Donald Fagen got into the wall contact with Geddy Lee. Hut Strickland wanted to take a wide berth to avoid it. Ends up spinning across the nose of Casper the Ghost. What's going on? And he gets hit from behind by Jeff Lynne, Morgan Freeman, Telly Savalas, Brendan Gaughan's in there. Chick Corea. Meanwhile, Bela Fleck spins himself off of the 19. 19 also loses it. And then Ian Anderson. What on earth? He spins into him. Tim Foster gets a little bit. Brian Wilson, the 2 of Burt Reynolds. What a cars. What a weird wreck. You gotta wonder if there's some oil on the track. Crow's gonna pit. Joe Biden's gonna pit. Looks like Ian Anderson's going to lose a lap. He will. All of these drivers will. Bond up to 19th already. Out of the race. Jerry Springer was out. Now joining him out will be Jeff Lynn, Morgan Freeman. Leaving 34 cars running. Last time at the line, 22 cars were scored on the lead lap. In this mess of a race. '21 now. Casper the Friendly goes to lap down in the 22nd position. Harrison Ford's your leader. Al Roker second. Al Capone third. Tim Foster fourth. Rick Scott fifth. Walter White, Billy Mays, Denzel Washington, Burt Reynolds, Alfred Hitchcock. Geddy Lee, Stephen George, Iggy Koopa, Snoop Dogg, Brian Wilson, Crow T. Robot, Kathy Bates, Joe Biden, Brendan Gaughan, James Bond, and Count Dracula. We know Gaughan and Bond, they've both been a lap down at some point. And Simmons is like 8 laps down, because he doesn't know when to quit. An additional 8 cars, only a single lap down as we go back to green here after 40 laps here at Bristol. Fagan 2 laps down. He'd really like to get some spots back. He's going to grow his advantages. Whoa! Brian Wilson pits. I thought I heard spinning. Nope. Yes. Crow spun by Kathy Bates and James Bond. Fagan currently only a lap down. Al Roker in the second. He's going for this race lead if he can, but here comes Al Capone. Some long losing streaks at play. Fagan, I do not think, has won a race since the spring race here last year. Al Roker hasn't won since the spring race here 2 years ago. Tip Foster's won pretty recently. Al Capone's won never. Now, as they come put the 19 a lap down. The 97 gets a lap back. Gets in front. Gonna pull away from his compadres. Oh, Capone and Roker make contact. Joe Biden running in 18th. Harrison Ford still leading, but he's under pressure. Donald Fagan trying to get his lap back. As Richard Simmons has finally gotten by the 20 and the 55, who aren't even in this race. 50 laps finally complete. And Ford, is pulled out to over a second over your new second place driver, Al Capone. New fourth place is Rick Scott. You got by Tib Foster, it looks like. And is now working to try and grab third from Al Roker. Capone just trying to get by Donald Fagen, who is holding him up. It's 2.5 seconds the lead is growing. Tib Foster trying to come back, and Rick Scott. Now he's got to deal with Walter White and Billy Mays. They're 4 seconds up the road of Denzel Washington. Harrison Ford putting another lap car in between him and the rest of the field. This one being Bela Fleck. Now that's 2 lap cars buffer he's got. He's trying to put Hut Strickland behind him. Oh, Capone all of a sudden by Fleck and Fagen. Oh, Fagen door slam by the 0-2 of Rick Scott as Roker looking to get by Fleck now. Can't quite get there. Now he's clear. Foster can't get around Fagen as it looks like he's going to fall. No, maybe not. Maybe he'll hold on to 5th. Meanwhile, battle for the lead. Very much at hand. Both top 2 now going to be almost the top 3 now. We'll get around. Gotten around Hut Strickland. Rick Scott's up here. Harrison Ford now having to work it as we get close to this midway point in the race. Al Capone has never won, and he's looking to change that. Oh, to the lead he goes! Al Capone with a great move into turn 1. Will take the lead of the Cheez-It 500. Top 4 cars all under a blanket. Blanket right behind the 8 of Ian Anderson, the 11 of Count Dracula, the 9 of Peter Perfect. Donald Fagen's gotten around Hut Strickland. Contact between the 02 and the 97. They're struggling to get around the 8. The 19 back up here. He's not even on the lead lap. So now it's become a battle all of a sudden between Al Capone and Al Roker. And because of this, look who's catching up. 8th place, Alfred Hitchcock. 9th place, Denzel Washington. Burt Reynolds getting up here. Iggy Koopa still a ways behind. And then Stephen George way off of him. Crow in 32nd. Biden 16th. Contact between Tib Foster and Ian Anderson. Al Capone still your race leader. Top 3, I'd say, are fighting now. Tib Foster in the fourth again. He's by Rick Scott. Harrison Ford tried to take second from Al Roker. So now Al Capone going to try and do the lapping as was for a second cleared Telly Savalas, but Telly had uncleared himself. Now he's well and truly lapped. Roker gonna get by and clear the 92. Now the 97 looking to do much the same. Next on the agenda for the 44 is the 11 of Count Dracula. Gone. I didn't even notice. Doesn't even have a hood. James Bond, after being a lap down at one point, up to 13th place. Foster now got by the 9 and the 48. His next car he's got a lap, though, is this 19. There's the 92. The 19 and the 92, the only thing between him and the top three. Oh, that and a bunch of time. Not the greatest of laps for the 44, is now a battle for position on the tail end of the lead lap. Oh, Count Dracula and Kathy Bates make contact. They nearly spin right in front of the race leader. Capone's going to use this to get around the 88 of Kathy Bates. Fagan has worked his way somehow up to 23rd. Probably doing a lot of the cars just one lap down, not, staying just one lap down. Kathy Bates, Tom Jones, David Dayton, and Geddy Lee are the only ones. Now there's Bela Flack. It's going to go 3 laps down. Tib Foster trying to do his best to catch up to the 19. Caution is out. Rick Scott's in the pits. Oh, there's a spin. Joe Biden's involved. Ian Anderson. Billy Mays is blowing up. What caused this? More people pitting. The 36 came in. The 02 came in. Looks like fighting for 6, Billy Mays and Walter White make contact. Those are teammates. They spin. And the 21 gets in there. The 5, the 15, and oh! So what happened to the 8 and the 12? Biden spun himself off of the DO double G. Oh. Rough hit for our points leader. This has been a very interesting turn of events. He's actually all off the lead lap now at the moment. Here comes Al Capone to pit road. Al Roker. Harrison Ford, Tib Foster, Denzel Washington will stay out, and maybe not this time by. No, not this time by, but he should theoretically be about to be the race leader. Walter White, Burt Reynolds, Alfred Hitchcock. Well, no wonder why. They're all pitting on the back stretch. No wonder why they didn't come down the front stretch. Crow is 3 laps off of pace. Ian Anderson's out. So is Billy Mays. Lap cars coming on down. We are over halfway in this race. Rick Scott, Snoop Dogg, Casper the Friendly Ghost, all on the tail end of the lead lap. Well, Rick Scott's a lap down. Snoop Dogg and Casper the Friendly Ghost hoping for quickie yellows at the moment. 13 cars on the lead lap. It includes Snoop Dogg in 12th, Casper the Friendly Ghost in 13th. Otherwise, your running order, Al Capone, Harrison Ford, Al Roker, Tib Foster, Denzel Washington, James Bond, Walter White, Burt Reynolds, Iggy Koopa, Alfred Hitchcock. Should mention Bond's in 6th. He was a lap down earlier. Alfred Hitchcock and Stephen George. Gaughan's back a lap down, but he's all the way up in 14th. Biden now at the line is in 17th position. Crow is in 30th, so that's only 13 spots ahead. And all depends on what Woody Woodpecker does. If he's got enough damage, 31, it looks like 31 cars are running due to that, but there's 32. It's just one car is 28 laps off the pace. There's going to be some interesting things happening. Lap 86. Be restarting with 39 to go. Here in the Cheez-It 500. Longer line on the inside than on the outside. And that's with these two tail end cars starting on the outside line. Green flag is out. Snoop Dogg, the control car. There you go. Al Capone, the leader. Oh, Harrison Ford trying to look. And he's trying to get Casper, the Friendly Ghost, back off the lead lap. Gaughan is kind of a little slow, but he's fast enough. Oh, Woody Woodpecker's doing the thing. Oh, Snoop Dogg, an aggressive move. Now Capone inside of the 62 to try and put him back a lap in arrears. Will do so easily. Oh, what happened to Hitchcock? Nearly got spun. Meanwhile, top 4 have separation between Them and the rest of the field. Though Capone's looking for more. He wants to put Casper the Friendly Ghost back a lap off pace. He wants some breathing room. Ford second. Roker third. Foster fourth. At the moment, it's 2 Dodges versus 2 Fords. There's a Chevy in fifth of Denzel Washington. God, I could have sworn I saw the flagman waving something. Oh, close. Tom Jones getting aggressive, trying to get around David Dayton and Joe Biden. That is for 18th position. Now, Washington joins the battle. Oh, Al Capone washes up off the track. Ford was getting close, but now Ford checks up majorly. Roker, Foster, Denzel Washington all here. Foster going for third on Al Roker. I don't know if it's going to stick. Maybe, maybe not. Roker holds the spot at the line. Ford trying to go to the inside here. Oh, 2 cars in the wall. The 40 and the 6. It's a 3-way battle. Ford, your leader. Al Capone looking for that first career win. 26 laps to go. He's going underneath Ford. There's heavy traffic. Oh, he got sideways off the corner. I think he caught a piece of the 97. Foster trying to get by Al Roker for the 4th spot now. Ford by the 22. He's by the 27. The 12 is also in his rear view. Al Capone's doing the same. Now Washington just has to get by the 22. Foster getting boxed in a bit up here. Hut Strickland and Casper the Friendly Ghost are side by side in front of our leaders. Now, Hut Strickland gets put another lap down by Harrison Ford. Capone trying to get to the inside. Jen Roker. Foster stuck behind Chick Corea and Bela Fleck. There's Richard Simmons in a very awkward spot. Now Al Capone's by Strickland. So is Washington. Now they both have to get around Peter Perfect. Ford still can't quite get around Casper the Ghost with going to be 19 to go here at the line. He's going to try and get by Telly Savalas, though. Which he does. What's the deal? Capone now. He's by. Nothing but clean racetrack between the 97 and the 44 at the moment. Now he's trying to get around the 84. We don't know if it's going to work out, but what we do know is Al Capone closing the gap once again. Foster finally by the 62 and the 27 among others. So Bond is us. Some. Dicing with 15 to go. Tom Jones is here. He's in 20th. Harrison Ford trying to go to the inside is not a great corner for Al Capone. What's the deal? 13 to go. 44 and 25 by the 5. Now the 84 once again. Harrison Ford has been completely unable to get around this 84. Joe Biden down the 24th. Only a handful of spots ahead of caution is out. We're going to have a single file restart. With like 5 to go. We're going to have to figure out what happened. So what's the deal? Oh. The 92 and the 90. Not even on the same lap. Oh! Real tank slapper for the 27. Oh, Woody Harrelson gets dumped. Oh, Lord. And Rick Scott, who is having a decent race, is blowing up. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how these lead lap cars are sorted out. With only a few and the lappers. $15, $12, $84 get waved around. Woody Woodpecker's gonna bring it down Pier Road. Rick Scott gonna retire from the race with 9 laps to go. Snoop Dogg and Casper the Ghost will get their laps back. Believe it will be a single file restart. Oh, Bond got around Tib Foster. Lapped car at Tom Jones in between Al Roker and the top 3, who I believe will battle it out for the win. Not going to be sure if Richard Simmons is going to get by. The 36 or the 8. Brody Woodpecker won't. Neither of them will. Woody Woodpecker and Richard Simmons, neither of them will get around. Go green. Oh, a 6-lap shootout. Neither of them will get by the 0-2. Through turns 3 and 4, there are 6 laps. Going to be 6 laps left in the Cheez-It 500. Is Ford going to hold on, or how's this going to end? Green flag is out. Al Capone has come so short, so close, so many times, as Al Roker easily will get by Tom Jones. Top 4, all battling for this win. Will Denzel Washington challenge Al Capone enough that Ford will drive away? Who knows? 5 to go. Simmons up to 33rd. I don't know if he can get up to 32nd. 4 to go. Foster down to 9th. Harrison Ford looking on caution out. Race is over. Harrison Ford is your winner. Woody Harrell and predictably Richard Simmons involved. This could be a penalty. He just slid up into the 11. He will not. A green finish ruined by Richard Simmons. Count Dracula will not finish this race. As he's going to pull it behind the wall with a lap and a half to go. Simmons retires in 33rd. He got by Ian Anderson, but not by Billy Mays. "29 cars still running. White flag out. Woody Woodpecker pitting for no reason. Harrison Ford had one here in the Melling Series. In one of the starts he dropped down in, beating out Brendan Gaughan in that race in spring of 2018. Now, off of turn 4, he's going to do it this time in a cup car. Harrison Ford will win in the Rubbermaid colors this time at Bristol. It was the Sharpie colors last time. The Sharpie Rubbermaid, not the Rubbermaid Sharpie. Top 10 finish. Oh, look at these drivers. So slow. What's the deal? That's the deal. Pace car actually, oh yeah, I suppose it does. Count Dracula out doing an accident. Only 29 cars finished this one. Lot of carnage. Gaughan somehow finishes 14th, 2 laps down. Biden will gain 20 points, I believe, on Crow. Oh, no, he wasn't. They just only scored at like half the drivers on the lead lap for whatever reason. They do that for no reason sometimes. Oh, and I wonder if that would have put like some of these guys like Peter Perfect, Telly Savalas, Crow ahead. Snoop Dogg would definitely not. They just gave up. Harrison Ford, yes, indeed, he's a race winner. Win gajillion for him, I swear. Only a second one of the year. It's like, what, his, like, 6th career win? 7th, maybe? Brendan Gaughan with a good showing today. Will move himself just inside a race of Joe Biden. Suddenly, Biden doesn't have to worry just about the 1 anymore. It's about the 62 as well. Very interesting smattering of results. Donald Fagen didn't have the greatest of days, so he won't gain a whole bunch of ground on Morgan Freeman. Bond is gaining ground on both of them. Bond might stick around another season if he is locked in once again. Nobody making really huge leaps and bounds. Tib Foster moves up to 54th in points. And is only his 2nd start all year. He started the first race of the season. Now he finally makes a start. Next time out is Richmond. 30 drivers that still have made every race. Morgan Freeman misses. I'll jump that down to 29. Which is crazy. This has been a telecast of the Western Caves Sports Network. I'm announcer Western Caves. We'll see you next time at Richmond.